Hi, good afternoon. Am I audible? Anybody, please? Am I audible? Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So before going deep into the technologies or courses, I mean, we are using in the full stack, we just need some prerequisite information about how website works and how a browser works and what will be the browser architecture and how the technologies that we are going to learn in this course are used in developing a website and rendering a website. So initially, a website is a collection of related web pages, images, videos, and other digital content that is identified by a common domain name and hosted on one or more web servers. So, ఏ వెబ్సైట్ అనేది ఏంటంటే మనకి ఎవ్రీ వెబ్సైట్లో కూడా ఇమేజెస్, వీడియోస్, కంటెంట్ లైక్ టెక్స్ట్ కంటెంట్ కానివ్వండి, డిజిటల్ కంటెంట్ కానివ్వండి, ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఒక వెబ్ సర్వర్లో హోస్ట్ చేసి ఉంటారనమాట. ఓకే, వెబ్ సర్వర్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఏ కంప్యూటర్. ఆ సర్వర్లో మనం వెబ్సైట్ని హోస్ట్ చేస్తాం, ఎనీ వెబ్సైట్. ఓకే, లెట్స్ సే దిస్ ఇస్ ఎ వెబ్సైట్ hosted in a server. సో ఈ హోస్ట్ చేయడానికి కావాల్సినవి ఏంటంటే there's some key concepts which is called domain name system, like DNS configuration. This is nothing but a IP address. ఈ వెబ్సైట్ కి ఒక ఐపీ అడ్రస్ ఉంటుందన్నమాట. ఆ ఐపీ అడ్రస్ ని మనం ఐదర్ గూగుల్, ఫేస్బుక్, లైక్ ఈవెన్ ఇన్స్టా, ఫోన్పే, ఎనీ బ్యాంక్ అప్లికేషన్, ఎనీ వెబ్సైట్, ఏ వెబ్సైట్ అన్నా కొని ఒక ఐపీ అడ్రస్లో సేవ్ చేస్తారు అండ్ ఆ ఐపీ అడ్రస్నే నేమ్గా కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, దాన్నే డొమైన్ నేమింగ్ సిస్టమ్ అంటారు. అండ్ వెబ్సైట్ ఫైల్స్ లైక్ HTML, CSS files, JavaScript files, images or media. These are all website files. ఒక వెబ్సైట్ మనకి ఎస్టర్డే ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చూసినట్టు ఇవన్నీ కూడా HTML, CSS, JavaScript ఫైల్స్ అనేవి కూడా ఆ వెబ్సైట్ని డెవలప్ చేయడానికి యూజ్ చేసే ఫైల్స్. ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఆ డొమైన్ నేమింగ్ సిస్టంలోనే, సర్వర్లోనే డొమైన్ నేమింగ్ సిస్టమ్తో పాటు కాన్ఫిగర్ చేసి ఉంచుతారనమాట. ఓకే, అండ్ నీడ్ FTP, ప్రోటోకాల్, ఫైల్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ప్రోటోకాల్. ఓకే, సో ఇవి బేసిక్గా ఒక వెబ్సైట్ హోస్ట్ చేయడానికి కావాల్సిన 3 ఐటమ్స్. We will see a little example. So we already have a server in our Kali Linux, and we will వెబ్సైట్ ఎలా రన్ అవుతుంది, ఎలా బ్రౌజర్లో ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది అనేది ఒకసారి జస్ట్ ఒక సింపుల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చూద్దాం. డొమైన్ నేమింగ్ సిస్టమ్ కానీ, వెబ్సైట్ ఫైల్స్ కానీ, ఎఫ్టిపి కానీ మనకు అర్థమవుతుంది అనమాట. So meanwhile, we will see some of the IP lookup. This is the website. I mean, we can see what is the IP address of any website. Just a minute. So this is the Google server IP address. Okay. Maybe this will be the port or something. Just a So this is the IP of Google, or oh, this is the IP of Google. Google. I mean, this is the IP of Google, and this is the IP of Facebook. NS lookup is the thing which we can see the DNS names and IP name of any website. Okay. This is the IP. We will see how it works. So this is the Google. Initially, we have given the IP address, right? And then the Google page opens. This is Google DNS, the domain name system. This is the Facebook. So everything, every website will be hosted in an IP address and then named it according to their website. So that thing can be done by DNS, domain naming system. Okay. And then we need to show, right? So this is a website. And with the IP, we can run the website. And we can copy this. Okay. Do you understand or anybody have any doubts, please? ఇది అర్థమైందా లేకపోతే ఏమన్నా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి ఒకసారి. ఓకే. ఏదైనా వెబ్సైట్ని హోస్ట్ చేయాలి అని అంటే డిఎన్ఎస్లో ఒక ఐపీతోనే హోస్ట్ చేస్తాం అనమాట. ఆ ఐపీతో హోస్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు దానికి సంబంధించిన ఫైల్స్తో ఆ వెబ్సైట్ అనేది అప్ అండ్ రన్నింగ్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే. లైక్ దిస్. సో ఈ వెబ్సైట్ ఫైల్స్ అన్ని కూడా ఐ విల్ షో ద వెబ్సైట్ ఫైల్స్ యాజ్ వెల్. Just a minute, please. Sorry for delay. So these are the files. So these are the JS files and CSS files and image files that we are rendering in this website. Okay. So let's see the file. This is the index.html, the first file that is going to render. And then in the assets, we have these JavaScript, image, and CSS files. Okay, let's see. Um, so here is the index.css. And again index.js. So these are the images that we are using in this profile. Like this one background, this image, and here another background like this. Okay. So these are the files that we are using to render a website, and this is the IP that we are rendering here. Okay. And the protocol which is used is FTP, the file transfer protocol. So these are the main things that we have to gain some knowledge regarding hosting a website. Okay. Then again, we need to know about here with the IP address, just with the IP address, the browser has returned a website, right? So how this is all happening here? We will see. So initially, what is a browser? A browser is a software that enables users to access and view content on the internet or World Wide Web, www. So I will write down. A web browser is a software that enables users to access and view content in the internet or World Wide Web. Its functionality is to locate and retrieve the web pages, images, videos, or documents, or any other files that serves and displays from the user's device. మన దగ్గర ఉన్న బ్రౌజర్ నుంచి మనం ఏదైతే ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ గ్యాదర్ చేయాలి అని అనుకుంటున్నామో లైక్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు గో టు ద గూగుల్ దెన్ వీ నీడ్ టు టైప్ ద google.com, రైట్? సో ఇది ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఇంటర్నెట్లో ఉన్న ప్రతి అడ్రస్ మనం సెర్చ్ చేసింది ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అవైలబుల్ అండ్ సర్వింగ్ ఇట్ డిస్ప్లేసెస్. ఈ బ్రౌజర్ అనేది క్రోమ్ బ్రౌజర్ అనేది మనకి డిస్ప్లే చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎన్ అప్లికేషన్ విచ్ ఇంటరాక్ట్స్ విత్ ద ఇంటర్నెట్. ఇది ఇంటర్నెట్తో ఇంటరాక్ట్ అయ్యే ఒక ఇంటర్నెట్ అప్లికేషన్, వెబ్ అప్లికేషన్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఎ బ్రౌజర్, వెబ్ బ్రౌజర్. ఓకే, సో నెక్స్ట్ ఈ google.com అని మనం వెబ్ బ్రౌజర్లో టైప్ చేసి ఎంటర్ చేసినప్పుడు అది మనకి గూగుల్ పేజ్ ఎలా ఎలా మనకి గూగుల్ పేజ్ రెండర్ అవుతుంది అని అంటే, ఈ గూగుల్ అనేది ఒక సర్వర్లో హోస్ట్ చేసి ఉంటారు కదా, like with an IP address and with a name. So that server is going to send the HTTP hypertext transfer protocol to the files, with the files, and then we are getting this Google web page. సో ఆ సర్వర్ అనేది మనకి ఈ బ్రౌజర్లో ఆ గూగుల్ సర్వర్ అనేది మనకి సర్వ్ చేయటం వల్ల ఈ గూగుల్ పేజ్ అనేది మనకు ఓపెన్ అయింది. ఓకే, సో ఏ వెబ్ బ్రౌజర్ ఈజ్ ఎ క్లయింట్ అండ్ దిస్ google.com ఈజ్ ఎ సర్వర్ విచ్ రన్స్ విత్ హెచ్టిటిపి ప్రోటోకాల్స్. ఓకే, సో మనకి జనరల్గా తెలిసిన బ్రౌజర్స్ ఏంటంటే లైక్ క్రోమ్ బ్రౌజర్, ఫైర్ ఫాక్స్, బ్రేవ్, దిస్ ఇస్ ఎ బ్రేవ్ బ్రౌజర్, అండ్ ఇంటర్నెట్ ఎక్స్ప్లోరర్. దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ ఆర్ బ్రౌజర్స్. Okay, any doubts? Please ask any doubts if any doubts. So again, there is an architecture which is a very important one. This is browser architecture. The user interface for the browser. There is an engine, browser engine. The Google's browser engine is V8 engine. And then there is rendering engine, network, JavaScript engine, UI background, I mean backend, data storage. Every browser has also some data storage, which there it can be storing the cookies, sessions, and everything. Okay, so we will see each of them individually. So user interface is nothing but the icon. I mean the interface that we can see and interact with the browser is the user interface. This is the user interface. This is a search bar. These are all user interface sections. Okay, and then a browser engine. A browser engine is also known as the layout engine. Is a core component of a web browser, and its primary function is to transform HTML documents and other resources of a web page into an interactive visual representation in the user's device. ఈ బ్రౌజర్ ఇంజిన్ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఈ హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ కానీ ఇవన్నీ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో ఈ బ్రౌజర్ ఇంజిన్ వాటిని రెండర్ చేసి ఒక విజువల్ కంటెంట్తో మనకి చూపిస్తుంది అనమాట. ఓకే, అండ్ రెండరింగ్ ఇంజిన్ దిస్ మేక్స్ ద హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ కంబైన్స్ విత్ ద సిఎస్ఎస్ అండ్ జావా స్క్రిప్ట్. అండ్ నెట్వర్క్ like it handles the network calls such as HTTP request ni కానీ some implementations like ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ఇండిపెండెంట్ ఇంటర్ఫేసెస్ని ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయటం కానీ ఇలాంటివన్నీ నెట్వర్క్ సెక్షన్ చూస్తుంది. అండ్ జేఎస్ ఇంజన్ ప్రొవైడ్స్ ఎ స్మూత్ యూజర్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్, ఒక మంచి యూజర్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ని ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తుంది. అండ్ యూఐ బ్యాక్ అండ్ రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ ఫర్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ డైనమిక్ అండ్ ఇంటరాక్టివ్ బిహేవియర్ ఆన్ ద వెబ్ పేజ్, enhancing the overall functionality and performance of the browser. ఒక బ్రౌజర్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ని ఎన్హాన్స్ చేయడం కోసం యూఐ బ్యాకెండ్ అనేది యూజ్ అవుతుంది. అండ్ దెన్ వీ హ్యావ్ దిస్ data storage, which is nothing but these are all the console. We have network, we have seen already what is a network, and we can so let's see, take network section, and if I hit reload there will be some content happening here. You can see that this is already rendered content downloaded. Okay, this is waiting for response of the server, and this is the initial connection time. Okay, content downloaded means the content, that HTML document, the images, those are all the content. And we have the memory, which is having the cookies. These are all the cookies that browser stores the data. Session storage, local storage. We will go in depth and we will know each and everything in the course, but I'm just showing you how data will be stored in browsers. So in short, whenever we open our browser and communicates with the server, server is having the website, and whenever we request www.example.com, like say, the browser communicates with the server and server sends back a response. This is the request which calls the client. The browser is the client and this is the server. Browser request for the example.com website, then server sends back a response with the .html page of that www.example.com. This request and response communication will be done through HTTP protocol, which is hypertext transfer protocol. Okay, you can say the communication between client and server. Protocol used in the communication between client and server is HTTP. Yeah. Whenever the HTML document, this HTML documents received by the browser, then it creates a DOM, which is document object model. We will see in depth about this in the course. And each and every part of the browser architecture, each and every part of the browser architecture, like user interface, browsering, rendering engine, network engine, JS engine, these are all act and they are, these are all act according to their work and then renders a beautiful web page in our browser. Okay. So this is how basically a website is hosted and a browser is works, and that first thing will be the document.html will be the first thing rendered to the browser. Clear? Any doubts? Please ask me. Komal, Rishita. So okay. So we'll start from the front end technologies. First will be HTML. You know, HTML is hypertext markup language. This is the standard markup language used for creating web pages. Used in creating web pages. It defines the structure of a web page. Defines the structure by using various elements and their attributes. So HTML is the starting place to develop any web application or web-based user interface. This is the starting place to develop any web application or web-based UI. Okay. And HTML is the language that web pages are written in. So HTML is the first step where we can use to develop any web application, right? So HTML is started in 1991, HTML first version, and then it has enhanced its features like HTML2, HTML3, HTML4, and current version is HTML5, which is developed in 2014, and this will be in 1998, 1997, and 1995. From 1991 to HTML has been enhanced from HTML5 up to 2014. From 2014 onwards till the last decade, 10 years, we are using the same HTML5. Okay. So how this HTML works, like the syntax of HTML. HTML is a markup language that consists of tags enclosed in angle brackets. Every tag contains a starting and ending. The ending tag will be with a slash and the starting tag will be with a normal one, normal angle brackets. Okay, like this is starting angle brackets, ending angle brackets. Like example, we have headings like H1, which will be having starting and ending tag. We are having body, which will be having starting and ending tag. The ending tag will be with a backslash. Some tags are not enclosed with the end tag. They are enclosed within the tag. Those are like example image, which have some attributes like source and alternative. They are auto complete tags. Okay. So we will create one HTML document. So I'm just taking a text document, which is first, and then creating some sorry ending tag. I'm just saving this as first dot HTML. The document extension will be HTML. So whenever I saved this first dot HTML, they became a browser thing. And here the content has been rendered. Okay. The dot HTML will be rendered in the browser. We can see it in the Chrome browser also. Okay. And whenever we update something here, This is going to render here. Okay, the content will be rendered here. So this is the basic step of creating a HTML document, or we can use any IDE like Visual Studio Code. So this is a code editor, which is a Visual Studio Code, or you can use another IDEs like Atom. So this is Atom editor, IDE. This is Visual Studio Code. So I will just give you a brief about IDEs. To start any working with HTML or a web development thing, you need an IDE, which is integrated development environment. Here we can get all the requirements we need to develop any website or thing. This is the IDE. So the basic common useful IDEs are Visual Studio Code, Atom, Notepad++. We can use, but majorly Visual Studio Code is the first preferable one. You can download it from VS Code download for Windows or Mac. Go to this website and then click on here, Windows one. Okay, you will get like a user installer or system installer. Then you can double click it and it will install automatically. I will show you. My internet is a little bit slow. You can, if your internet is fast, it can be done very fast. So this type of application will be, you will get this type of application. You can double click and run it. Okay. Here already we are running some VS Code, right? So it is telling the some installation is happening. So you can run it by accepting next, 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 and close. You will get an icon. Okay. So after installing VS Code, you can do some things called extensions. The VS Code will be like this. IDE will be like this. We have here the extensions. This is the Explorer where we can see our folders and everything. I will just open our 4 p.m. So this is our first.html, and this VS IDE has some color codings, color combinations to represent what are tags, what are elements, what is text, everything. Okay. This is Explorer where we can find our folders and files. And this is search. This is about Git source control or version control. This is debugging mode, and these are extensions. Okay. In these extensions, you just go with, I will write down here, VS Code extensions. Live server. Prettier, tab 9. These, sorry, these are the three extensions you can use in VS Code. Okay, like live server. This one, where it is used like uh, if our application is this, and here after installing it, you will get a text like go live here. Are you able to see here go live? So if we click go live, it will automatically renders into the browser. Okay. And whenever we create something here, it will automatically comes up here. Okay. So this is the use of live server. And then we have prettier extension. Yeah, this one. This is a Visual Studio Code formatter. That means you can get like tabs or code that we need to do with color codings, right? Here we have the tabs will be in red color and text is black color. This type of uh, enhancements, like not enhancements, this type of indications of tags and elements and text differentiation with colors will be done through this prettier. And then we have tab 9. This is a AI code assistant that we will have auto suggestions in our code. Like if I say I want to create one more thing like second.html, then if I type HTML, it gives automatically the HTML document with all the structure. And whenever I want to write H1, H2, H3, and auto suggestions according to the words. Okay. These are the three main extensions you can use in VS Code. Okay. And then we will see the basic structure of syntax like tags. Here we have seen the tags H1, H2, P, H3. And then this is the structure of any HTML. We will discuss about the structure of HTML page. Okay. So HTML document structure. Here we have this doc type HTML. So for any HTML document where we can see this one in the on the first. I mean in the first line we can see this doc type HTML. Okay. Actually this is not an HTML element, but it tells the document type. It is just a standard to use that this document type is HTML. We can call it as preamble, which we can include or non-include. There is no impact. బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ స్టాండర్డ్ ఆఫ్ యూజింగ్ ఇట్. మనం జనరల్గా ఏంటంటే ప్రతి డాక్యుమెంట్లో కూడా ఇది మ్యాండేటరీగా యూజ్ చేసేది. మ్యాండేటరీ కాదు, స్టాండర్డ్గా యూజ్ చేసేది అనమాట. ఓకే. దిస్ షోస్ దిస్ డాక్యుమెంట్ ఈజ్ ఇన్ HTML. అండ్ దెన్ వీ హ్యావ్ దిస్ HTML lang. And here is the closing one. Okay. You can, I'm going to delete this one. So this is HTML starting tag and this is HTML ending tag. Okay. We can say this is root element of HTML document. And one more thing, we can call HTML pages as HTML documents. So HTML is the root element of the HTML document, and this is the parent element of head and body tags, not tags, elements. And here we can see that there is one thing, language English. Language is English. So this HTML tag, this is the element which the language of content of the content of the document, HTML document is declared. So ఈ HTML లో lang, en, du, hi, these meanings, the meanings of this language code is English, Dutch, Hindi, like this. This is the HTML is the element which describes or declares the document content. Okay. So one more thing I need to tell you is what are tags, and we are using tag, word tag, and element. They both are same. Every tag is element, but it is used in the document. Okay. Tags means these are all tags, starting and ending, angle brackets, and with the description of the tag is this is tag, either H1 or H1 anything. And there are a lot of tags, but every tag is not used in the document page, right? Web page, right? So the tags that are used in the HTML document are called elements. The tags that are used in HTML document are called elements. Okay, just a minute, please. So do you understand the tags and elements? So here we have used only some of the HTML elements like HTML head, body. So these are all elements. And there are a lot of tags that H1, H2, those are all tags. If we use H1 here, we have used H1 here. This is an element. An element is a tag which is used in the document. Okay. So these are the HTML tag content. And then we'll go with head tag. One more thing I need to explain here, the head tag and the end of head tag, body and end of body tag are in HTML, right? So we have a structure of parent and child in the HTML document. So the structure will be, there is a parent and there can be many childs, child 1, child 2, and there will be, if this is parent, it will get child, and if this is parent, this is child, and this is grandchild. And these are siblings. and these are grandparents to them. To these are grandparents. Let's say element, grandparents. So like in a family structure, HTML also have this three type of structure, which is a parent, child, parent, child. In our document, we have seen that HTML tag is enclosed within two tags, which are body. Sorry, first one is head and body. So as in our description, we have said that HTML is the parent of head tag and body tag. Okay. And this in head tag, there are multiple children, and this body tag, there are many elements will be there. Okay. Like we have head. So this is the first child of HTML, HTML tag. The head document contains metadata. This contains metadata headers for a website or application. Metadata means what CSS files are linked, what module files are linked, what is the title of the page, what is the description of the page, what is the favicon link. These are all the metadata of that web page. You can see there is a small icon at this web page. What's new with Firefox? Have a small Firefox icon. That icon is called favicon. Okay, and many websites have it. You can see many websites have it. The VS Code is having VS Code icon as its favicon, and this one, what's my IP? This one having its own favicon. Like this, every website has its own favicon. Okay. The, sorry. These type of details are called metadata. The head tag or head element contains the metadata of the website or the application. This contains a lot of elements. No, metadata. We have seen already metadata. This head tag includes a lot of. So then body. So here we have seen the metadata means meta character UTF-8 and viewport. How is the viewport and what is the title? And we can link CSS files in the head tag. We can link module files in the head tag. So these are also all the metadata. And then coming to the body contains the visible element of the website, visible content of the web page. Whatever text, images, videos you want to show in your web page must be in the body tag. This contains all the elements that are used to render in web page. And here in the body, you will have a lot of elements like sections, divisions, headings, paragraphs, buttons, links, tables, etc. A lot of elements will be, every element that we want to show in the web page will be in the body tag. And then finally, we will have the script tag, where the JavaScript JS files are sourced, not sourced, linked. Okay. JS, if we want to include JS files in our web page, then we have to go with the script tag, which is in the end of the page. So this is the structure of a HTML document like this. We can use script tag. So any doubts, please ask. Komal, Rishita. Okay. Then. So this is basic things of initial things that we want to go with the HTML, and then we will go with the elements. Okay. So we will go with some of the basic elements like text elements. So text elements of HTML are headings, paragraphs. Okay. Headings means for any content, there must be a heading to show, right? There are six types of headings, which are H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. These are the tags. So it contains a starting and ending tag. So each and every tag contains some properties like font size. Each heading tag contains some its own font size. The first thing is I think 32, and then 26, like 18, 12, 8, something. This is the structure of the headings tags. We will see how the heading tags, how they work in our page. We have already rendered the first one, right? This is the first one, and we can say heading 1. So these are the headings. Heading, first heading, second heading, third heading, fourth heading, fifth heading, and sixth heading. With the fonts and their font sizes actually. The first one is bigger, the second one a little smaller, like decreasing order, the headings will be working. Okay, right. And then we have this paragraph. We have P tag for paragraph, like it has the paragraph text flows until the end of total width. It uses the total width. And this paragraph cannot take spaces, extra spaces, or some tabs, spaces, or tabs. And this has its single font size. Okay, so this is the P tag. Just have a look at. And in the VS Code, we have some content like lorem, the dummy text. So this is how a paragraph is works. Okay. So if we use some spaces or multi-line, the paragraph cannot take these spaces or alignment or indentation. So it actually paragraph takes this whole thing as one line and it considers it as a paragraph and renders it in the paragraph format in the HTML page. Where use, if you want to get a multi-line or poem like structure or code like structure, there is another text tag which is pre. So this is having pre, which takes the tabs, different font family and size, used in poem stanzas like structure or like code, any code with indentation like this. We will see an example with the pre tag. Pre tag, if I go with any program 40, and another pre tag I am taking with a code base like code define functions. So whenever we want to create some poems like structure or code like structure, the pre-tag is used. This is the basic difference between paragraph tag and pre-tag. It has its own format, font size, and font family. With it, the paragraph can not take any spaces or tabs or indentation, but pre-tag can take tabs, indentation. This is used for like code bases to display the code base with proper indentations and like that. So these are the three main text formats we use with headings. We use generally in HTML, which are headings, paragraphs, and pre tags. Okay. So if you have any doubts, please ask. Okay, then we will go with first some content of our this one. So we'll go with comments. So comments. So comments are used to insert notes or explanation in the HTML code. Use it for documentation or insert notes. Used for documentation. Cannot be rendered by browser. This helps comments help keep the code organized and understandable. So the syntax of the comments in HTML are, so this is the starting and this is the ending. We have single line and multiple line, multi-line comments. We use the same for the single line and the same for the multi-line also. So let's have a look here. I have already used, and these comments are used to have a quick notes or insert some documentation for this code, right? So heading start, headings description, paragraph element description, pre tag, pre element description, and end of document. So these comments are used for to insert some notes, quick notes for the next next code that we have written in the HTML. And these comments does not render in the HTML page where you can see they don't render in the HTML page. They just use it here for the documentation of the next line of code that can help other developers or anybody who is watching this HTML document. They can understand, okay, this is heading description, this is paragraph description, this is pre-element description, like this, and this is the end of the document. So comments are very useful in writing any code or any programming language. Okay, understand? Okay then. So we will go with all the elements from tomorrow onwards. Okay. Okay then. Thank you.